Long lad. There, I said it. You know, for as much as people have opinions on Thompson specifics, be it justified opinions, or as I would call them, I can definitely vouch for the Hornby model of Thompson's A2 stroke 3. Originally, I was gonna renumber this into 5012, which is steady aim. This coincidentally is Chamossaire? Chamossaire. That's it. Of course, steady aim was the solitary Scottish Thompson Pacific for a good long while, and it ended its life at Dundee. Also, like, yeah, it's plastic, like, everything's plastic, the boiler, the running plate, everything. But, you know, if you lift it by the cylinder, she's fine. And, funny thing, this is the second time I've tried to record this video, and the recording setup fell on this locomotive, and she's fine. So, say what you want about, plastic bodies, but, like, it speaks for itself, doesn't it? I will say that the color green is slightly too washed out for what it's supposed to be, but that doesn't really bother me. The slide bar does like popping out on this model. It has happened twice. The first time was 1 week into my ownership, and the other time I don't remember, but let's just say I very quickly pushed the emergency stop button. But the thing is, Chamossaire was part of the initial launch of Thompson Pacifics, but steady aim number 512 also was part of the initial launch of Thompson Pacifics, but in its BR guise. So the chances of the A2 stroke 3 being produced as steady aim in LNER Apple Green would be slim. Which is why I bought it in BR livery. I paid £150 for this, which is less than I paid for this one. So let's get this one out of the way and let's rip into this one, because I've actually not opened this yet. This arrived yesterday. Okay, same deal with the sleeve, tight fit. Actually, like, this box came inside a plastic bag that was inside of a brown cardboard protecting sleeve, so, you know, goes to show how little how little interest there is in Thompson Pacifics. And oh, would you look at that? I don't know. I just love Thompson Pacifics. I don't know what to say. You know, 60512 steady aim, the Scottish one. The thing is, right, my 514 has a wonky smoke deflector, so I wonder if, like, this model also has, like, something like that wrong with it, because, you know, I could live with one wonky smoke deflector, but, like, you know, a missing lamp iron, that's already quite, you know, that's a shame. Okay, normal things here. I've seen all this, why am I surprised? Oh, there she is. There she is. Okay, let's get her out. Can't quite reach the cylinder. There we are. Right. This is the first tender engine where I have two of the same class. Let's just get all this guck out of the way. Yeah, instructions, and who cares? I'm gonna fit these with DCC anyway. You know, there's no other way to put it. I love this. I absolutely love this. You know, people have their opinions on the Thompson Pacifics. You know, sometimes people praise them unnecessarily. They had their shortcomings. You know, and sometimes people just dismiss them because, they're ugly, they're too long. Well, let me tell you something. A Duchess is only just shorter than this, and the reason that this is longer is because of the tender. But, you know, I think this is a very attractive machine. Like, nothing that this model has, you know, no feature I'm like, no, I don't like that. You know, are the smoke deflectors straight? Huh, they actually are. Yeah, the seam line is a bit unsightly. My 514 has the exact same seam line. It's, for some reason, the second boiler ring has it the worst. Coincidentally, these are the same tooling as, you know, this was only just into BR guys. But, you know, I like Thompson Pacifics. Come on. Yeah, that side is fine. It's a bit of dirt there, but nothing my finger or a brush can't handle. Right, let's get her on the layout. Let's see how she performs. Okay then. Worst lighting and phone microphone. Here we go. First running. Oh. Ooh. It sounds like she's a bit stiff, but that start. See if we can get that to happen again. Ah. It's not quite the same. That first kick into life was the only time I could make that happen. And don't they look lovely side by side? My small fleet of underappreciated Pacifics. Yeah, seems to be doing fine. Let me move 514 out of the way here, so you can have a better look at the start of the show today. Now 514 is DCC fitted. She has an ESU decoder in. Lock pilot, I think the range is. So steady aim will also receive her chip. But first, let's do some running in then. Yeah, halfway along the control. Oh, she's speeding up. Stopped her running because I heard a very peculiar ticking noise. And when I turn on some better lighting, I think it becomes quite obvious what that sound was. Oh dear. Looks like something's come loose. It looks like I found the culprit. Oh dear. Looks like the crank pin for the middle driving wheel has let go, which is why it is a very good idea to always invest in a, 2.5 mil hexagonal spanner, because otherwise it would have been very tough getting that back into position. Okay, how are we gonna do this without also obscuring the view? Well, that one goes there. Quite obvious. But then, I believe that one, you return crank. Come on. I believe the return crank then goes like that. I think so. I could be wrong. No, of course it goes like that, because otherwise how would the axle then turn? Okay. Feeling a bit like 00 Bill here, having to make repairs on camera. I've got no one else to blame but me for doing it like this. Why did I do it like this? Oh, wait, no. You like the back of my spanner, by the way. There. It's not quite tight though, so I'll have to do that properly now. I have to turn the camera off, but at least it's back on. I really feel like 00 Bill now. And 512 is on the other line now, because next time when something like that happens, it'll be on this side, so it'll be easy for me to get. So, let's see. Oh. That's way better. Of course, such a thing shouldn't happen on a new locomotive, but, straight from the factory as well, because it was still in its plastic wrapping. But, if it's such an easy fix, then, you can kick up a fuss about it, but at the end of the day, she runs.
Now that she's DCC fitted, I can give her an honest look as far as her performance is concerned. When she's up to speed, there really isn't a problem with her performance at all. She does suffer from two quite peculiar problems though. At slow speeds, the loco often cuts out on the S-curve leading from one point to the next, and at any sort of medium speed there is an odd shuffling motion at odd intervals. On camera this might not come across as well as it does in person, but looking at the train pass by, there is a clear moment, at least to me, where the last free van suddenly slams into the rest of the train. And in order to prove to myself, at least, that I wasn't seeing things, I let my R3555 Dutch's Sir William A. Stanier FRS, which is fitted with the same DCC decoder, hold the very same train. Expect a video on this loco soon, by the way. I have one more problem regarding the A2/3, and it's with the decoration. No, this isn't a problem that is exclusive to Hornby's A2/3, as it is a shared trait among such models as the A2/3, the A2/2, the A3, and basically any locomotive produced in Brunswick green, with the merchant navies being a curious exception. The green is simply not right. Having stood to quite a number of BR and Great Western Brunswick locos, I can say without a shadow of a doubt that this colour is too washed out. Similarly, what is meant to be orange lining is also applied in a colour that is red to my eyes. I had already noticed this on Hornby's R3508 TTS sound-fitted 60103 Flying Scotsman, and the problem persists here. Are these flaws fatal? Whilst I cannot excuse the shuffling, as I know these models can run better, the livery imperfections do not bother me. It only rudimentary looks like the livery I know it wants to be, but this is more so a problem with Hornby than with this specific model. That being said, as a representation of a Thompson Pacific in its earliest BR guise, this model more than hits the mark. Their perceived ugliness in this case is not helped by, in my opinion, an unappealing livery regardless of correct application. If you like the prototype, I can more than recommend it. If you are willing to handle a loco that might decide to give you some non-fatal niggles. I just got a bit unlucky with the slow performance on my example, as I have experienced a far better runner in my 514. As models, the Thompson A2/3s are good locomotives, and great locomotives for the price I paid. 512 Steady Aim is my favourite locomotive across all of Thompson's Pacifics, so I am personally over the moon with this. Again, for what she is, I can vouch for these models. So that's the end of a look at Hornby's R3834. Next time I want to look at the previously shown R3555 Dutch's Sir William A. Stanier FRS. With that though, I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you decide to buy a Thompson Pacific, I hope it brings you as much joy as mine have given me.